what's up? Rob is here. You are there. This is Rob's Rules here on the weekend. Hope all is well. Just chilling outside. This is a beautiful night, as you can see. Let's put it this way. Very nice night. Trying to get my internet going. I don't know what the hell is happening here, but I'm hoping it'll work because I'm trying to get Twitter going here. All right, finally, it's up and running. I had an internet problem, so I was running a little bit late, but I'll try to get everything back up to par. So hope everyone is well. I'm going to do a roll call in a minute. I invited a bunch of people. I don't know if anybody's going to come, but whatever. They don't come, they don't come. We got work to do. We got bullshit to uncover. Lies, deceit to expose. And it just keeps getting better and better and better. So, hold on while I get up, get the witness statements up and running. Here's the witness statements. And tonight we're going to talk about Miss Trinity, Corrine Esparza. We're going to go over her witness statement, then we'll go over Mr. Romero's witness statement. I'm going to go over and see what's going on. Let's say hi to everybody who's in the chat. Hello to Sean B. And Planet Q says, hi, Rob. Just stopping to listen for a while, waiting to start work. Well, hope you have fun. Carol K, don't work too hard. Carol K says, hello, ladies and gents. Mary Lynn is here. What's up, Mary Lynn? Justice for Depp is here. What's going on? Shiny says hello. Hello, Shiny. How are you? Hello, Kim Ryan and Sarah Sharp. Gina Campbell. Maria Wilcox. How you doing? Devilish Angel. Maddie Mendoza. How are you, Maddie? Good to see you. Hi, Di. Hey, Ariana. Happy Friday. Hello, Carla. Hello, Jessica. Hello, Galette. Katina. Linda A. I was on a roll there. I was one after the other. Hey, Screams. What's going on? Did I get everybody? Hey, Z. Miss Fernandez, how are you? Zulita. Zuliti. God help me. Oh, God. How are you? I'm sorry. Hey, should I call you Gia or Gia? Gia. So cute. Hey, Cromel, how are you? Hope all is well. Good to see you, my friend. Always good to see Hippie Gal. What's going on, Hippie Gal? And Christine. Hey, Christine, how are you? Good to see you. Hooray and peace. Oh, my God, it's been a while. So good to see you, hooray. Hooray. Oh, hey. Oh, I don't know where everybody is. I'm kind of annoyed. I don't know what's going on with my crew lately. Between Keely and Gary and Tiffany and Jay, I don't know. I invite them all. I don't know. Guess they don't want to come tonight. Whatever. So if any of you want to come, I can open up the stream, I guess. Let me see if I could do that. Let's see if I can do it. There you go. There you go. So, okay. So anyway, that's my roll call. If I see anybody else stop in, I will hopefully catch it. All right. So we're going to talk about Miss Trinity. Now, if you remember... Oh, someone's here. Hold on. Hey,
Hiya.
Gina. What's going
You're right,
on?
Flower. Well, it's just been one of them. I'm supposed to be asleep, Rob, but my body's going, you know that sleep thing you wanted to do? Nah.
That sleep thing. No, I'm not too familiar. I don't sleep too much, so...
No.
Not too familiar
I was
with
saying
it.
earlier, no dancing tonight. Fire service might turn up.
No dancing tonight?
No, well, fire trucks rolling in, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Hello, Kate. How are you? Good to see you. So we're going to go over Miss Trinity, and I'm just going to tell everybody if they weren't here on when I did it early in the week. Basically, Miss Trinity, she's the supervisor at the time of the Eastern, where the penthouses were during the May 2016 incident, and he saw Amber on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and even spoke to Amber. Her just saw nothing. Her face had no marks, no bruises, and no cuts. Nothing. Thursday, she didn't see her. Friday, all of a sudden, she sees her with something underneath her cheek, and she's like, "Well, how can that be? Because Johnny left and he never came back."
But that pimple that was supposed to be a bruise.
Yes, the pimple that was supposed to be a bruise. Exactly. Corinne said sleep deprived.
We hear you, Corinne. We hear you, girl.
Lara B says, "Hey, family."
Hey, honey.
And I can't even begin to say this name, but I'm just going to say MK. How about that? Says, "Hello, everyone." Hello, Veronica. Good to see you. Don't worry you're late. Don't worry about it. Just glad you're here. Nice to see you, Veronica. So she sees a pimple and she gets very suspicious, right? So it turns out on Monday, she receives a gift. So she gives it to her secretary, who happens to work for Amber and later on Elon Musk. So this lady comes down, she takes it, shakes the plant, she drops the gift card in the elevator. So someone returns the gift card and it's opened. So she said, I'll see who dropped it. So she found out who dropped it. And the card read, "I had a lovely time with you this weekend, signed E." And I found out after the stream, I was trying to find out when James Franco visited. It turned out that James Franco visited one night after the alleged phone incident. So all this was found out by Miss Trinity because she went through all the security cameras. She also saw her friends, Raquel Paddington and her sister Whitney, in the elevator with her. She called it the fake punch incident, where the ladies all were on the elevator laughing and pretending to punch Amber and had a good time about it. So all this we read, and all this was revealed by Miss Trinity, and I thought it was very interesting. And we're going to read the second half. Just tell us how you really feel. Hold on. Where is it? Wait, there it is. Just tell us how you really feel.
No thanks, Planet Q. Honestly, I'm all good.
Wow. That's funny. Yeah, fuck him.
Not for all the money he's got.
Yeah, well, that. Yeah, I don't think he meant it that way.
Hi, Michelle.
Hey, Michelle. Good to see you. Good to see you.
So my eyes are playing up.
It's all right. If you get too tired, you want to go to bed, let me know.
My mind's going, "Oh, you're awake
now." Oh, somebody else is here.
Hey, company.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
What's up, Mr. Zod?
See you for a while,
Zod. I've been super busy. I was actually editing a video, and then I got this link from Rob, and I was like, "Oh, Rob's live, and I'm finally off on Fridays." So,
yay! There's a siren in background, Rob. What have you done now?
I don't know. I know it's always me. It's always, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm putting sirens off. I got fire trucks in. I don't know what the hell. Zod, if you missed the last stream, I had to dance with somebody because they became.
Was me. It was me. I upgraded my membership. Yeah.
She upgraded. So I promised her a dance. Just as I started dancing, a fire truck happened to pull into my my community. The alarms were going off during the live. I was like, "Oh my god, it's so funny." It was so funny, Zod. It was hysterical. It was like you could have timed it any more perfect than that. It was really funny. So Krumel says hi to Zod. LC is here. Hello, LC. Kareen says hi, Zor. How are you, Zor?
Oh, that is my cousin.
Oh, that's your cousin.
Yeah, Zor. He's the Kryptonian we don't talk about in the family.
Gotcha. Caller says, "Nice to see you, Mr. Zod."
Thank you. It's so nice to see everyone again. It's great to be back here. If you guys don't know, editing a video sucks,
Yes,
and
it does.
I've never done so. Okay, so I've never done a script before, but then I'm making this thing as a tribute to the Matrix because Matrix 4 is coming out, and I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, that looks well awesome.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. So I'm doing a video that everyone voted on my page, and it is how to make a revolutionary movie, and I'm using The Matrix to highlight it because it pretty much revolutionized what movies came in the 2000s because it was made in like 98. And so instead of me being on screen like you guys, I'm actually going to be talking over clips of the movie and highlighting things and stopping and doing certain phrases and stuff. But what they don't tell you is when you do reviews like this, it is extremely hard and you have to actually structure what you're going to say because I've got to pull the clips to the point that I'm talking about. So I've never wrote a script before. Me neither. I cannot wait.
It's gonna
I
be
was
awesome.
nervous, but then I saw my other wife, Trinity, and and I said,
Does Bitchy know about this? That's what I want to know.
Bitchy was laughing because she's never seen The Matrix. So I showed it to her, and
No
I go, just so you know, this is the reason why I'm marrying you. And she goes, what are you talking about? And she looked at Trinity and she goes, get the hell out of here. And I go, yeah, you see a resemblance? Guys, I'm marrying Trinity. I'm living the dream right now.
Cherry K is in the house.
Cherry, how are you? If you guys don't know, Bitchy looks a lot like Trinity from The Matrix. Like, watch our Just Bitching. When she has her hair short and black. So, yeah.
Talking about short hair, Sod.
I just, yeah, my hair's still long. I got the slick back villain look today.
Oh, okay, that's right. I was like,
So,
whoa, it's bald.
No, not yet. I'm gonna cut my hair bald, but this is just my, I got my tank top on.
Tough guy.
Yeah, I got one
Tough
of
guy.
them. Yeah.
My tough guy look today. How you guys doing?
We're doing all right.
We're from. Forget about it.
So
the only
Zod,
thing Italian about me is my name.
Zod, you missed a really interesting stream because this woman Trinity really opened up about Amber and let us know a lot of stuff I didn't know.
Ooh.
Yeah. So just she was head of security. So this is during the LA penthouse ordeal when he threw the phone at her, the claim. So she said that she was downstairs and she saw Amber Heard and even spoke to her on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And her face was clean. There was like no marks, no bruises, no swelling, no nothing. She saw the tape, so she knows that Johnny left and never returned. On Friday, when she saw her again, she saw her with that little zit mark underneath her eye.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, when did this happen? Because Johnny hasn't returned, since he walked out. So she said, doesn't make any sense to me. So she saw the whole thing on the public and the whole thing on TV. So she went through the footage, and then Amber gets a gift the following week. She gets a plant, of all things, a plant with a gift card. Oh, so some woman, her name is Lara, she happens to work with Amber Heard and apparently Elon Musk. So she comes down, takes the plant, goes on the elevator, and she drops the card in the elevator. So somebody picks up the card and brings it to Trinity, the security, who's head of security. She goes through the tape. She finds out who it is. She calls her back up. She comes and gets the card. The card read, because it's opened, had a wonderful weekend with you. And just signed E. Letter E.
I mean, it could be Elton. It could be Eber.
Yeah. It could be Elvis. Look, Elvis might have been in the bloody building.
Elvis is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
No, that is highly
Marilyn.
that's highly suspicious. I definitely find it interesting. Because I was covering stuff with her because, as you know, we're getting close to Aquaman 2. Who's excited
God.
about that shit show?
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited! Yay!
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
Does anyone want to explain to me the trend of DC releasing good films? Like The Suicide Squad was an amazing film, and now we're gonna follow it up with Aquaman.
You had
But
two
we're gonna go
Suicide
with
Squads that sucked, didn't you? Wasn't it two Suicide Squads that both sucked?
The old one was the crappy one. I'm pretending that didn't happen. We got a mulligan. We got this new one.
Did you like the new
That's
one?
canon for me. Yeah.
Did you like? Wow, because other people didn't like it.
It's split. There's some people who did, some people who didn't. I was in the majority of the people who did like it, but I think they universally agree it's better than the first one. And I think that following that, and now we're going to go into Aquaman. Why is this film still being made? And here's the thing. Look, I'm not a fan of Brie Larson, but did anyone look at I'm thinking I want to do a video about this sometime, but I'm busy with my Matrix one that's going to take me a year. I looked at Amber Heard versus Brie Larson, and I got to give it to him. Like, have you seen Brie's pics? And then you look at Amber's pic, and I go, I take back what I said a year ago. Because Brie Larson's got like a cut, she's lifting the weights and stuff. And then you look at Amber, and I watched that little bullshit training thing she's doing. And does anyone notice she's looking kind of flabby, looking like a little bit rough? I was looking at so I don't buy it, Amber. Like, I think you just started working out, and they're already shooting. I don't know. Can King Shark eat her in this? I would see Aquaman if King Shark is in it and he eats her. My girl pitched that, by the way. She said King Shark should be an Aquaman and eat Amber Heard. I go, how many tickets does that sell? But yeah, it's weird. Like this whole thing. Look, I think a lot of interesting stuff is going to come out. I have been following the fact that she didn't. Yes, I know. Go ahead and quote. You know what? I'll die on that sword. Look, the truth's already out. Okay, but now I have a good comparison. Everybody who says Brie Larson is horrible, I've been covering a worse person, so I think we can give her a break now. But no, with this Amber Heard thing. I was looking. Yeah, she is looking puffy. That's a great point. I was looking at this, and it's going to be really interesting with this case because I watched the videos, and they said she couldn't get it thrown out, right? So it's going to trial, and you're in the court system. You know how it goes. She can't throw out this evidence, right? It's all on record, the stuff on the UK and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, they're not going to dismiss it. She's appealed it, but they're not going to,
They're not going to dismiss it.
That's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere.
My thing is, and same thing with this elevator thing and stuff like this, what Johnny's team needs to do is just simply re-question her about this stuff because there is a real inconsistency in everything she says. And
yes.
Look, they might not have caught her in the UK, but you get her on trial. Anti-breeze on traitor. Yeah, I know. I made my hour-long video about her look. And then I started covering Amber Heard, and my mind's changed. It happens. Anyways, it's gonna be quite interesting. I know you will. I know you will, Planet Q's Queen. I know you're gonna quote
The
me.
thing is now, there's been that many versions of her truth. Which one's she going to come up with next? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
Changed
she's
her
gonna
mind
be.
so
She's
often.
gonna. She's gonna be on a U.S. court, though. She's gonna be on a court stand. This isn't the UK. This is
I
gonna
hope
be.
not.
This is gonna be the U.S. now. If all they have to do is bring back previous statements she said and re-question her, that's what I do. And if you're going to continue the same line, we online have already poked holes in the inconsistencies in her story. Any good lawyer is going to poke holes in it. It's going to be beautiful to see. I can't wait for this to get underway. It is going to be beautiful to
Not
see
really.
her and what she's going to say, because
It's going to
I
get more than L'Oreal Marilyn. Sorry, dog.
I gotta say, Mary Lynn is on a roll tonight, man.
You're on good form tonight.
She's on a roll. Let me tell you.
Do you think they'll televise it, Zod?
What's that?
Do you think they'll televise the trial?
I've been wondering that myself. I think they might do what they did with the UK case and do it online, because of the way the world is right now, and they're not letting, even for like presidential press conferences and stuff, they're not letting a lot of people into the rooms and stuff. I mean, granted, we're talking the president versus, celebrities, but I imagine that they want the same kind of things in effect. So I think they're going to do it online. Either way, there's going to be a ton of people who are going to see it. It doesn't matter. Industry people are going to be watching this.
Oh, yeah. The eyes of the world are going to be on Virginia, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of eyes on this case. And I can tell you one thing. Despite if Aquaman 2 has Amber Heard or not, and despite this asshat throwing his ring in on the WB side with her, I think the industry opinion is going to change. I think you're going to see a lot of things change depending on the verdict. If she does not win this does two things. One, this destroys the Hollywood narrative of this hashtag Me Too. And if Amber is found guilty, this is going to cause a lot of crap, because they just threw an innocent man who was abused under the bus and called him a liar and blacklisted him in Hollywood. And folks, you can't tell me Johnny Depp is not blacklisted. Whoa.
Yeah.
F Dizzy. WB is okay, yeah,
But you know what I think Johnny Depp's going to do? He's going to stick two fingers up at him and say, I've got my own films, thank you.
Well,
Like
I think right now, though, it's a sticky situation, because I've been looking a lot into it, and I mean, the legal bills and stuff like that, I think he would take roles again, but I think he'd be selective. And Disney has other things going on with actors. If you guys don't know about their Black Widow, and them screwing over Scarlett Johansson. So a lot of people are not going to be doing business with Disney. But I mean, I think this is going to create a great discussion on men being victims too. And you blacklisting a guy, yeah, he hasn't given a fuck about Hollywood. What it all comes down to is the man isn't even asking for that much money. How many millions of dollars did he lose off of Pirates and Fantastic Beasts? And he's not asking for any of that money in return. He's just asking for, what, 50 million?
Yeah, just 50 million. It's pocket change. I got that hanging out here, so don't worry about
it. Yeah, I'm sure I've got that somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for us, that's a pretty big sub. But I'm just saying, between two big Hollywood stars, he could be asking for more.
Which
If I
one's
was
the other
him,
Hollywood
I would
star
have
then,
taken
John?
her to court for
Right.
lost wages.
Yeah, all right. We've got Johnny Depp, who's the other big Hollywood star, because it ain't her.
So what else?
Oh,
What else is to tell you? Besides the plant, it turns out that James Franco. We saw the footage, but that footage came the day after she claimed that Johnny Depp hit her with the phone. So he left on Monday. He came on Tuesday, and then she changed the locks of the place on Wednesday. Just to tell you all that went down. This all happened within a 3-day span.
Cheeky
makes
man.
sense to me. Very logical.
She slept with Franco on Tuesday, and on the weekend she slept with Elon Musk.
Now, was this when she was with Johnny, or is this coming off as an excuse? Like
An excuse. An excuse.
After.
Yeah, an
Yeah.
excuse. Because he also, when Franco came over, which was the 22nd, before Franco came over, she texted Mr. Rocket Man, because in her text message you see Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man. So they got some kind of squabble. And yes, oh my God in heaven. She did with Franco. I mean, apparently. So
I think you spelled that wrong, Terry.
Yes. It's with a U, not an A, and forget the E. Anyway.
Now, boys.
So she has Franco on Tuesday. She's a little squabble with Elon, and then she's with Elon on the weekend, and he gives her, of all things, a plant. Like, oh my God, he buys her a plant? Like, whatever. So
I mean, that's pretty cheap for a guy who makes rockets. You at least couldn't get her a poster or something. I don't know.
I know. It's serious. So all this went down, and all this was found out through the security guard, by the way, which I can't believe. And to see that the three of them are laughing about a punch and making a joke about it was even pissed me off even more. Like, are you serious? So we're gonna read a little bit more about that. Those 2 weeks on what Trinity has to say. So she said, well, while reviewing the security footage, I came across a video that made me even skeptical of Miss Heard's allegations. A security video date and timestamp. This is what I read this, but I'm going to read it to you anyway. A timestamp, the evening of Tuesday, 24, showed Amber's sister Whitney, Rocky Paddington, and Miss Heard wearing a trench coat, entering the mezzanine garage entrance. They appeared in high spirits. As they waited for the elevator, Miss Heard's sister, Whitney, threw a fake punch into a visibly unmarked face of Amber Heard. And then they all threw their heads back in laughter. Then they next got into the penthouse elevator, where there was another clear view of Miss Heard's unmarked face. I was disturbed by this video and the others I had reviewed, so I discussed this matter with the Eastern General Manager, Brandon Patterson, and my colleague, Alejandra Romero. I showed the fake punch video to both of them. I also told them Mr. Depp left the Eastern on May 21st at 8:29 p.m. There's video footage of his departure with his 2 security guards, and Mr. Depp had not returned since.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. Very interesting. We got more. Number 20 says, I reviewed the video of the beginning of the face-to-face meeting with, I don't know, Cornelius Harrell. I don't know who that is. Described having with Miss Heard on Sunday, May 22nd. So Johnny incident happened Saturday, and now Sunday, this is when Franco came over, as far as I understood. So this guy, I reviewed video of Miss Heard meeting with me on May 25th. In none of the videos prior to May 27th were there any marks on Miss Heard's face. So basically, she's saying that she reviewed all this videos tape, and when Johnny left to the day she cried foul about the TRO, there were no marks on her face till that day. So if there was any marks, it certainly didn't come from John. It could have come from James Franco. Because he was there.
No, it came out of a makeup palette.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what happened. That's probably what happened.
James, look. I'm not defending the man because he's got his own creepy things going on, but of all the things I picture James Franco doing, like when they said he slept with underage girls, he's scammed them, whatever. Yeah, I all see James Franco doing that in my mind. Love his comedy, love his acting, but yeah, James Franco comes off as that guy. But one thing that I don't picture in my mind is James Franco beating on women. It just,
Yeah.
you never know. I mean, you don't know. There's a lot of people who you don't think are the way they are, and then things come out about them. But, I mean, come on. I don't picture James Franco abusing Amber Heard. And based on what we've heard about her, I think it'd be the other way around. I think she'd beat him. But I don't think James Franco would beat her. So, no, I think it's the original thought that she was putting on this facade, like she put whatever blemishes or whatever, you know what I mean, she put the makeup on. But I don't think James Franco just hauled off and hit her.
No, yeah. I agree with you. I guess we lost Gina because I looked at it and like, wait a minute, where did Gina go? But I guess she'll come back, I guess. She wants to. So what LC says, LOL Zod, yeah, spends a great weekend with Amber and sends her a plant with a cheap card. Shaking my head, she probably expected a Rolls.
No, her. It's like, and I'm not that guy who wants lavish gifts, but I'm just saying, if I put myself in that place, right, and I'm dating a billionaire, and you give me a cactus like a housewarming gift, come on, bro. How cheap are you? Come on. You just built a spaceship just because, and you give me a cactus? Really?
Yeah.
Is this a housewarming gift?
I know. That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what you buy someone when they just get a house. Or yeah, exactly. Or a home or whatever, do a part, whatever it is. I agree with you. That's kind of weird to buy a plant of all the things. Like flowers, you wouldn't buy like all these roses or something like that, or to make it a little romantic. You buy a plant.
And I'm assuming, right, we're going on. They slept together previously, and I don't know about you, but nothing says you were good in bed like a cactus. That just like you did such a great job. I'm gonna get. Maybe that was the joke. Maybe who knows? Maybe we were wrong, and he wanted to have a sense of humor.
Maybe you're right. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. All right, let me catch what this says. So number 21. Soon after Miss Heard went public with her abuse allegations on May 27th, Mr. Depp's lawyers subpoenaed building personnel and security footage. A pair of Mr. Depp's lawyers came to the Eastern to go through the camera footage. I discreetly told Mr. Depp's lawyer to look for the footage of Tuesday evening, May 24, at the mezzanine level in hopes they would find the fake punch video. Number 22. Later that week, May 30th, Miss Heard asked me for help. She said paparazzi were bothering her. She asked me to go outside and bring her inside and make sure she was not followed. I saw her face, which was visibly unmarked. Unbelievable, man. Oh, someone's here. Must be G.
Sorry, guys, my signal's just all over the place.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. You're back, so that's all that matters. That's fine. Michelle Fox's flowers is a bit cheap with his money. Jewelry. Well, it's only a weekend. I mean, maybe she needed to do a little more.
I still maintain that there's a joke with that plant in there somewhere.
It depends what kind of. Maybe it were a rubber plant.
Casey says the video where when she's with Franco in the elevator, you can see her face when she's get back. And yeah, she has no bruises. Yeah, she
No
doesn't.
mark.
I didn't know when that
And
footage
what was that
but
back? What? Yeah, what was that backing into the camera so you couldn't see her face? What was that about?
yeah, but
You
I don't know, trying to hide. I don't know.
Weird. Really strange
Shiny, she
behavior.
got a car as well. Yeah, she got a Tesla.
She got a Tesla. Mm-hmm.
Okay, can we really call that a gift, though?
I don't know.
Is this the same car she locked herself out of? Yeah.
You know what he could have done? Because this would have been a perfect gift. He could have got her flowers and red wine. He could have got a case of red. She loves to drink. I mean, I think that would be perfect. For someone like her. Get a case of red wine or a case or two, and you get her some flowers. And I think that would signify, hey, I had a great weekend with you. That would be something. A plant? Like, really? A plant? I don't get it. I don't know. Very weird.
Little bit stingy to me, but
Yeah.
I'm not a billionaire.
Well, you don't get to be a billionaire by giving all that money away, do you?
Fair enough.
That's funny. That's funny. She got more than one test, and they were supposedly bugged. Yes, I heard that. Creepy shit, man. I heard he bugged them.
Yeah,
I heard about that.
I don't know if it's true.
Yeah,
I don't. The mouth, and
true.
you've got to, take it with a pinch of salt. Maybe he's trying to make up for shortage in other areas.
Yeah, maybe. Oh God. Oh my God.
It's funny. She never complained about that with Johnny, did she?
No.
No. Too big a lie for even her to swallow.
Oh my God. You guys are funny. Shortly after Miss Heard obtained the restraining order against Mr. Depp, a huge plant was delivered to the front desk for Miss Heard and placed in the general manager's office to store until I picked up. This is what I was telling you. I called Lara, who acted as a kind assistant for Miss Heard and later worked for Elon Musk, and informed her that the plant had arrived. Miss Lara, I'm just saying her first name because I don't know her last name. Miss Lara came down and picked up the plant and brought it to the penthouse. Later that day, another resident found a gift card in the elevator, which he opened. He brought the open card to me, which read, I have to do this again, which read, I had a wonderful weekend, baby. And, I'm adding the baby. I'm adding it. It's I had a wonderful weekend with you, and it was signed the letter E. I do not know who this card was for, so I checked the security footage. It had fallen out of the huge plant. I contacted Laura, who came down and collected the card. And that was the next week that all that happened. So the next instance she talks about is June 9th of 2016. That's pretty interesting. June 9th. Okay, it's only a paragraph. June 9th. June 9th, Miss Heard called me and asked me to help her. Specifically, she wanted help with a certain media reports. I told her she would have to discuss that with the general manager, Mr. Patterson. She asked if Mr. Patterson was in the building, and when I told her he was, she came down immediately down to speak to the both of us. Miss Heard made it clear to Mr. Patterson and myself that she was upset at media reporting that building employees had asserted Miss Heard was visibly uninjured in the week following her claimed injuries of May 21. She told us, I'm sure the front desk would never compromise the privacy of residents. I understood this to be a warning not to speak with the media, which neither of us would do under any circumstances. But then Miss Heard requested that we speak to her friends at People magazine, denying that the building staff had made statements disputing her injury allegation. Mr. Patterson rejected this request and informed Miss Heard that the advice of the lawyers from Eastern Los was that we should not discuss residence matters with external parties, and that she would talk to the Eastern Columbia Los lawyers. So interesting. So here's Amber Heard trying to cover up herself, trying to say, "Hey, don't tell them, don't let them know that that don't say anything about my face. You shouldn't let other people know about this." Well, again, cover up, trying to cover up. That's what she's trying to do. So I find that pretty interesting. What does else say? Yeah, Amber Heard had a connection at People, and that she could call up and direct them anytime, anywhere. Interesting.
Doesn't
Hey,
surprise
Floor.
me.
How are you? Nice to see you, Floor. Hello, Crimson Rose. Love the accent of who? Which one? Which one of
Whose
us?
accent?
I don't know if it's Gina's, Zod's, or mine. I don't know who you look at. Well, anyway, thank you, whichever one of us it is, but I don't know.
Probably not understanding a word I'm saying, to be honest.
I understand you, Gina.
Thank you,
I
Rob.
understand you.
Oh yeah, I understand you too.
Yeah, you're clear.
Good.
You ever hear me read on my show? I'm surprised anybody understands me.
It's that introduction that gets me. I love your introduction. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, you know what? We didn't get Zod. You didn't give a proper
You didn't
introduction.
do.
I'm very
Come
upset.
on.
Go, Zod. Go.
Oh, you mean the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in all of YouTube entertainment. Here because I'm here, you're there, we're all here together with my good buddy Rob.
Yay! Fantastic.
Oh man, that's funny. That's great. There you go, Gina. I gave you what you wanted. I probably what everybody wanted. I wanted that too. I didn't know what happened there.
It's
very
funny, isn't it? You don't
very
realise,
Zodian.
you don't really miss it till it's not there,
Yeah, yeah, it's true. All right, there's not much more to go in this, so we're gonna finish it. June, July of 16. Sometime in the middle of June or early July, several weeks after Miss Depp left, on May 21st, and never to return. I'm working at the front desk of the Eastern Los. On that late June or early July morning, Elon Musk came from the only elevator that goes to the penthouse. Wow. And asked me to give him a fob to the garage, a key fob. It was around 9 a.m. in the morning, and he looked like he had just woke up with messy hair.
Probably just had it freshly transplanted.
Yeah, I bet. I did not know who he was till a resident who saw me send him to the garage told me that was Elon Musk, his quote-unquote hero. I spoke to Mr. Romero about Mr. Musk, and he knew Mr. Musk to be a regular visitor to Mr. Depp's penthouse, and he had observed him visiting her many times. Mr. Romero said that he had been visiting Miss Heard late at night when Mr. Depp was away for more than a year at that point. How about that? On the same day after Elon Musk departed the building, Miss Heard came down and approached me for help, explaining that she had dropped her keys down the chute. Brilliant. It was very intelligent. When we were standing next to each other, I could see a number of marks on Miss Heard's body. She had 3 small round bruises on her left-hand side and her neck, and 2 band-aids on her arm. Miss Heard also had a faint mark on the left cheek below her eye. That mark was approximately half an inch in length. Sorry. I did not discuss any of the marks with Miss Heard. Wow. Excuse me, Mr. Elon Musk getting a little violent there?
Oh, he likes it a bit rough.
Maybe.
I was going to jump to that too. Maybe it's not just him though. Maybe she likes it rough too.
Yeah.
And then gets into this situation where she's like, "Oh, he hit me, blah 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 blah." but it was really just, you know, some foreplay or whatever whatever route you want to go. You know what I
What are you
mean?
off to now, Rob?
Oh, hold on. I gotta clean my dog. She made a mess. I'm like, oh god. Come here. Let me get my dog. Come here. You. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Come here. Give me your
Yeah,
face.
guy, I see you.
Mm, clean.
Yeah, doggy,
Yeah.
doggy.
Here you go. Say hi to everybody. Say hi.
Oh,
No,
she's
sit. Sit.
beautiful.
Up. Sit. Sit. Give me paw. All right.
Oh, that's so
There
cute.
you go. There you go. Here, say hi to everybody. Say hi, Zod. Hi, Gina. Hi, everyone. Here you go. Wait, give me paw.
Oh my God! He's got look at the puppy.
That's so good.
Puppy.
Oh, pretty girl.
Oh, give me. Come. You want to come? Yeah, I just had to clean her up. Sorry. She got a little messy. You want to come out? Come out. You want to come? No? I'm going out. You're not coming? Okay. I guess she's not coming. Let me see. Yep, she's coming. Oh, she's coming. I knew it.
Oh.
I knew she'd come if I came out. She wasn't going to stay in by herself. All right, so Miss Trinity has left a couple of bombshells here. Wow. Listen, yes, it could be that they had rough sex, yes. But man, it's a lot of marks to have on your body.
I mean, you know, I'm not saying I'm an expert here, but I'm a quite worldly person when I was in the service. And, you know, I've had some rough nights where you might have assumed I got my ass kicked by a dude, but it was really a lady, and there was really some other X factors involved. I mean, everybody to each their own. I don't kink shame here. I do think it's interesting though, because say we go a different route and say we don't go she covered it up. Maybe she uses the bruises she did get from something else and say it was Johnny. I mean, is that really above her? These things were spaced a day or two apart, right? So she goes and has a little fling with Mr. Elon. They get a little rough and heavy and tumble. You know, maybe that's the whole plan.
This date that she gave, this was in June. So this May 21st was when Johnny left. Elon saw her that weekend. But this is like a month later. So these marks appeared 1 month later after Johnny left. So, and Elon said that they were dating afterwards.
Ariana
That's
could have
the
a
story.
point.
Yeah, she says, I think she hit him and he defended himself versus Johnny, who just left when she went berserk. That's a big possibility. That's a big possibility.
I mean, but then in that case, would anyone blame him for, because we've seen what Amber's like when she goes berserk.
Kim's do tells us.
Well, Kim, let me tell you. Okay, one time in Russia. No, this isn't that stream. Let's just say I had a lot of interesting experiences in Russia, and shout out to all my peeps who may be there. Yeah, don't drink with the Russians. Let me tell you, some bad choices. Bad choices lead to that. But no, I mean, you know, there. Even if this was a month ago, is it out of the realm of the possibility too? Because I know a lot of people who create these scenarios and try to give it a realistic feel, they'll go to something else, or hell, they'll self-harm to sell their story. That they're, you know, you got those people. And Amber strikes me as one of these crazy people who would do something to herself to sell a story, make little scratches or whatever, you know what I mean? To sell the story. You know, I wouldn't put it past her, especially with the pictures.
Make sure the bruises on the neck, maybe the root of that splitting thing.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when we said she had talked about all the things Johnny Depp had done to her, but the scratches were inconsistent, they looked different. Who's not to say she scratched herself, but didn't follow the pattern right? right? Like she made the scratches at a different angle, but it was off from what logistically would have happened, right? But the scratches were still there. Who's to say she didn't scratch herself? I mean, let's be real. At this
Good.
point, we all know Amber's crazy. She's not
She's full of
above
shit.
doing what it takes.
She's
Yeah.
absolutely full of shit.
But
Yeah.
with the Elon thing, remember, she never went out with that. They never went public with that. That was not something Amber put out there publicly, which makes me wonder, on this incident, I really think Elon hit her. Just my point, because she never went out with it. She never went to the public with it. She never said, this is what happened. She kept that underneath. And I'm thinking that that's the thing. Whenever, what does Amber have on Elon Musk? Could that be it? Could it be that he did abuse her and she has that against him? She never went public with it. So he's like, oh, I'm going to kiss your ass because I know what I did was wrong. And she's like, don't forget what you did to me.
Yeah, but all he has to do is claim self-defense because it's not the first time she's beat a partner up, is it?
True.
I mean, I don't think, and look, I don't know Elon personally, but he doesn't strike me as anybody who isn't calculating, even when it comes to her. I'm going to think it's more on the financial side that she's got him. I think it'd be personally easy for him to beat something like, oh, he hit me because of just who he is. The man can buy and sell court systems. I don't think that's what would concern him. I think it's a financial thing. She's got something financially on him. I mean, that's just my personal take on it. Like, I think
she's got tapes, hasn't she, Zod? She tapes everything.
Yeah, I think she's got something that's big enough for him to worry about, that's a little bit more substantial. Because think about it, from rich business people don't concern themselves with stuff like this. It's got to be something with tangible evidence, something that can be linked to them. Yeah, and money. It's got to be something that affects his money. Because she could take him to court for abuse.
Yep.
Who's going to win that one? Elon can buy and sell the court system 20 times over, even American court system. I honestly think it'd be super easy for him to get away with it unless she had a video of him actually abusing her, like on tape. Whereas Johnny, he's in a bad situation because he's in Hollywood and he's not as connected as Elon.
Right.
And most of Hollywood has been trying to get rid of him anyway. So he's an easy target for her to claim abuse because of the times we live in. Elon, on the other hand, is very insulated. He's connected to politicians. And I mean, look at the Sun fiasco. He definitely had a hand in that. And if that's in the UK, the US would be no problem. No, I think it's financial. I think there's some kind of, something big on it. Maybe she's got a video of them doing something crazy. Yeah.
Or maybe not quite big enough.
I'm so quotable tonight. Hey, how are you?
So we're gonna jump into Alejandra Romero. In case you're asking who this is, he's a security guard and concierge, also at the Eastern place. So he's employed by Trinity, because she seemed to be the supervisor and the owner of the company. So he said he's employed by them for approximately 9 years at the point. So remember, this isn't now. This is a couple years ago. So, anyway, we're going to see what he has to say about this whole ordeal. I think it's pretty interesting. Okay, we'll start the same way. The first 4 paragraphs are always about, I don't know the full details and all this stuff. And, so I skip all that. So we go right to number 5. He says, I know Mr. Depp to be resident in the Eastern. I've never spoke with Mr. Depp in relation to his personal life, and I do not know Mr. Depp outside of my duties for the Eastern. I know Amber Heard to be a resident of house number 3. I saw Miss Heard at the Eastern for the first time around July of 2015, but I understand that she was not a resident at the Eastern until March of 16. I frequently saw Miss Heard both in person and on security footage, of course, during my duties. I've never spoken with Miss Heard in relation to her personal life, and I do not know Miss Heard outside of my duties. My interaction with Miss Heard was limited and brief interactions about logical matters with the apartments, including, for example, giving access to guests of Miss Heard. From March 15 onwards, Miss Heard was visited regularly at night. Pay attention, this is huge. At 11 p.m. Now, March of 2015, we're talking. Now, when did she get married to Johnny Depp? Wasn't it 2015?
Yeah.
Was
They've
on
been
his
married a
private
month.
island?
Yeah.
1
Been
month
married a
in,
month.
right? So this guy is saying this. This is huge. So he said late at night at around 11 p.m. to midnight, she was visited regularly late at night by.
Okay, bye, Rob.
Oh, well, so she was visited regularly by Elon. What do we? Oh,
StreamYards never fails me. Every hour it kicks me off. It never fails me. Once I'm on 1 hour, it always gives me the boot. I don't understand it. So visited by Elon Musk regularly, 11 o'clock to midnight. For his initial visits, I would receive a call from Amber, who would tell me to give Mr. Musk access to the garage for the building and send him up to the penthouse. After he had a few visits, Miss Heard provided Mr. Musk with his own garage remote and key fob to Mr. Depp's penthouse. I believe he visited Miss Heard a few times a week, and he would always visit when Johnny Depp was not home.
Wow. Ink wasn't even dry on the marriage certificate. All right.
Can we?
Anyway,
can we just highlight the? I don't know what the equivalent of lady balls are, but if there is one, hey Jenny, good to see you. Can we just say how big her balls must be to let somebody else have the access code to their garage? I just gotta say, I know most guys who probably don't have nuts as big as hers, because if somebody let some random dude into my apartment while I wasn't here, oh, the shit would hit the fan. Now, look, I'm not the person to ever do any of that to the ladies, but there would be arguing. You
Yeah, sure,
have
we're gonna set
somebody
that up.
over my house while I'm not there.
I know.
Dudes
I know.
in my kitchen, in my living, in my bed. Are you out of your effing mind? Like, she's got big balls. I don't even know if she's a lady. That just takes gigantic balls of
The ladies'
steel.
balls are on their chests, Zordon. They're a damn sight bigger than the fellas. I can tell you that for nothing. Mine certainly are.
That's what they are. That's what Sherry's saying. You know,
That's Sherry was saying, yeah.
I mean, yeah, because the kind of thing. What kind of a man
fried
uses
eggs,
oh yeah.
This is what I don't get. This has been my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Amber apparently she's not too smart in the brain. She should have gone out. Had she gone out to Musk's place, right? Because Musk's wasn't with any relationship. So he didn't do anything wrong, because it's not his fault that she invited him over. She could have said no.
Absolutely. I agree.
Now, I never understood this in my life. If you're cheating with somebody, why on earth would you do it where everybody knows the two of you? I would say, look, it can't happen here. I got to come to you, because nobody knows me around your neck of the woods, right? They don't see me there with him. So if I'm there, everybody's just going to think I'm going out for the night. I don't have to tell them where I'm going.
She didn't give a shit, Rob. She didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean,
rules don't apply to her.
She doesn't.
You what,
yeah.
Zod?
Yeah, I agree with everybody's saying. Yeah, I agree with everybody saying here. Janice's male or female narcissists have no morals, or boundaries. Yeah.
She certainly hasn't.
Unbelievable that I can't believe she did this. And
I mean, if that were somebody come to my house to sleep with my husband, I'd burn bed where fucking stud. You know what I mean? It's not.
Well, British Scorpion, first of all, thank you. I never saw you. That's an awesome icon. I absolutely love
I
that.
love that.
That is just, that is awesome. I never seen you before, so welcome to the channel. Here's the thing. You can't, if Elon's a single guy, it's not his fault that the person who's married accepted. It's the person who's in a relationship's fault. Elon's a single guy. He's got no one to answer to.
No, it's both the fault. Yeah, but he's got, you know, if he knew she were married, which, let's face it, she's not going to show. She had rings on her hand.
Yeah, well, he knew.
He should have had respect. He should have had respect, but he didn't have respect. And the problem is, listen, and I've done videos on all this. You can check out my playlist on Elon Musk. He was infatuated with Amber Heard. And this happened when he was part of Machete Kills. And he didn't have a scene with her. So what happened was he asked I think the producer or director or someone, he said, hey, look, is it possible for me to get in touch with her? You know, is there a way to do it? Because I really like what I'm seeing. And I was like, you know, all right, that's fine. But he respected her because he didn't do anything when he saw that she was with Johnny, and he backed up. But apparently something changed because I don't know, she gave him the green light. You know,
she was probably spinning, oh, Johnny's terrible to me, beats me. Well, what can I do? I'm going to have to fall into your arms and make love to you because I am treated so badly. Oh, I'm a woman. I know bullshit will come out with. You know, I've heard this shit from other women. It's like, wow.
Yeah, Carrie. Yeah, you're right, Nat. Yeah, you're right. Because he should have backed off. He should have said, "All right, look, hey, you know, you're with somebody, whatever, we can hang out, but I don't want to do it." Yeah, he should have backed up, but he didn't do it. He let his emotions take over. He didn't really give a shit about Johnny Depp at that point, and you know, he just didn't care. He just didn't care. You know. Shaw says, "Is it possible at all that the Virginia trial, Johnny will accuse Elon of being the one who abused Amber?" I don't know. I don't know if Johnny. I don't know if he's going to do that. I highly doubt that Johnny was the one who abused. Listen, I don't think for a second that Johnny abused Amber at all. But I definitely can believe if Elon did, because this is a witness who was truthful. She said, look, when Amber came out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I saw zero. I saw nothing. But when Elon come down, I saw her with Band-Aids. I saw her with scratches and said, huh. You know, yeah, maybe they were playing rough. Possibility. Sure, absolutely. Or he did something to her. They got into an argument and maybe he whacked her one. You know, I don't know what kind of guy Elon Musk is because Grimes doesn't come out and say anything. So I don't know. And there's been no history of anybody saying anything about him. So, you know, it's a rough call, but it doesn't mean that he can't do it. You know, maybe she said something that just totally ticked him off and he lost control. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know Elon Musk personally. So, yeah, I don't know what Zod thinks or Gina, but that's my take on it.
I mean, I don't think he did anything to her. That's my personal opinion. I think if something did happen,
get rid of the frozen one, Rob.
I think it was it was a consensual thing, or worst case scenario, based on her history, I would say it was more like she did something and he defended himself, or he didn't take the noble way out, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and you know, gave it back. And you know, I don't advocate for that, but if someone is like as violent as she is, and you know, turn the tables, does that make you wrong? It's a sticky situation, but we've seen what Amber Heard does. We've seen how violent and dangerous. Because I mean, what she did with Johnny Depp, she's dangerous. She's a dangerous, violent.
I've said before, you know, Zod, I think she wanted to play Merry Widow.
I mean, I don't know if it's a widow thing or I don't know if it's a just she has. I'm going based on the stories I hear, and this is just my take. I think she has bad violent tendencies. I think she lashes out of extreme anger, and she doesn't think about it or it doesn't register until she's in the moment, and then she backpedals and tries to say, oh, I didn't mean it like that, or go by the phone conversations, right? The way she words things in her mind, she doesn't see it as going too far, but everybody else who is a clear logical thinking human being is like, she punched him and is trying to make an excuse and say, oh, I slapped you, which in hindsight that isn't a difference either. But you see what I'm saying? I think in her brain, the way she sees what she's doing versus what's actually playing out are two very different things.
Yeah, she's not connected
she
to
doesn't
real
see
world.
herself as an abuser, but what abuser does, right? That's the whole thing about abuse. Some people are conscious and they're narcissistic assholes. Some people really subconsciously don't think that they're being that rough and violent. But if you put them in a scenario with people on the outside looking in, they'll be like, holy shit, you just slapped your woman. Like, what was up with that? You know what I mean? There's a lot of layers to it. And I think she just has an explosive temper. She goes, and then she goes, oh shit, I just did yada, yada, yada. And then she's like, I got to clean this up. You know what I mean? She's just like, boom, in the moment. And then she snaps out of it and goes, oh my God, what did I just do? Kind of a thing. And I think that's what she did with Johnny. And I think that's what's followed her with her other relationships. Look at the Rocky Pennington and all of the other shit that's coming out about her. And the things on sets, the way she acts, it's all very like she doesn't have that thing that says like, hey, you're going too far, or hey, this is not acceptable. She just does, and then thinks about the consequences later.
Yeah, she don't like the word no, does she?
No, I don't think she does. I think she's one of them scary rages. She's the kind of rage that blacks out, does shit, snaps out of it, and goes, oh my God, what did I just do? I think that's honestly, and I think that's what happened with her and Johnny Depp's relationship. I honestly believe that those are those different times, because just hearing his stories and the way he retells something, right? She goes from 0 to 100 in like a minute over stupid stuff. But you add in drinking, you add in other stuff, right? That limits your inhibitions. I mean, she's a bitch without it, but if you add in something that takes your good sense, that thing that stops you from doing something stupid, and you got a dangerous combination.
It's like that when she chopped his finger off and she was telling Jerry George, oh, I didn't do cocaine, I only did Adderall and ecstasy and blur and blur. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Michelle Fox. She needs anger management. I mean, look at Charlie Sheen. He's a great example, right? All the drugs he did. That man would fly off the handle and do crazy, ridiculous. Look at the interviews he just did, right? And he looks back now and laughs. But half of those, he was clearly on something. Talking about wizards under the bridge and all that stuff, right? But you could tell he was not with it.
Wizards under the bridge, don't we? Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he was not with anything he was saying. So when you add in drinking, drugs, ecstasy, I mean, you're adding in things that inhibited your inhibitions to clearly think. And if you're already a nasty person before the drugs, they don't really help after, or the drink.
But she's on antipsychotics, isn't she? She's on Seroquel.
Yeah, but if you drink then and do other stuff, that counteraffects the drugs you're taking to help you. It says on the bottle. I remember having a girl who had like anxiety medicines and stuff. What is on the label? In big freaking letters.
Yeah.
Do not mix with alcohol or other.
Well, I'm on antidepressants, and it does say that, and I haven't drunk for a decade because I'm on these tablets. So
Exactly, right? You can't mix it. You
no,
can't be on an antidepressant and then drink a depressant. It counteracts what you're doing.
yeah.
And that's what alcohol is. It's a depressant, right? So if you're taking antidepressant medicines and then you turn around and drink, it's going to counteract what you just took. And now she's talking about, oh, I only took ecstasy and all this other crazy shit, right? Think about what that's doing. It doesn't matter what they have her on. Probably none of that's working because she's drinking. And we've seen the pictures of her, like, yeah, I get a bottle of wine, look at me, So she's literally saying how she's on all of this stuff, right? But she's taking stuff that counteracts what's supposed to be helping her. So it's all a wash.
Yeah. It's mental, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
Absolutely
I mean,
mental.
it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Yeah.
The thing is as well, I mean, she was pictured clearly pissed. We said drunk in England, we called it pissed. I know for you that's angry, but for us it's drunk. Pissed behind the wheel of a car. But unfortunately, there's nothing the police can do unless they see her physically driving the damn thing. Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
All right, I gotta go over this real quick. Diamond Knight with $1.49. I'm gonna see if I can show you guys. Hopefully, that camera can see it. It's always hard to do it this way, but it's a popcorn. I don't know if you can see it. I think she's enjoying. She's enjoying what we're talking about here because it is really interesting. These security, I have to say, the security and the cops have really put out some great evidence to use against her. I mean, it's just really, really damaging. And I also think that Doug Stanhope and Isaac Baruch also put out some really, really good stuff because these are people who live in the penthouse. These are people who are over. These were people who were friends with both Amber and Johnny. By the way, thank you so much, Diamond Knight. I really appreciate that. It's very, very nice of you. Thank you so much for your support. And I'm writing in the chat because I didn't want to stop Zod and I didn't want to stop Gina, and I agree. But British, it's a blackmail and extortion and conspiring with others to destroy the reputation of Johnny Depp and to clean him out. She and her co-conspirators should be arrested after trial. I totally agree. I totally agree. I don't think any of us would
chasing
disagree.
him around at some film festival before she actually started dating him, trying to find him. I think I saw a video on that.
I mean, my whole thing about it is the using these movements as a shield. I've been trying for I've been on this platform for 3 years talking about this stuff, and for a good considerable time I've been trying and I've been saying, what if with all of this Me Too you accuse the wrong person? And thank you, Amber, you've proven my point. But this is the proof of how just having the ability to say something, she's created a shield, and the media is responsible for this because they perpetuated for going on years the stereotype about men being this and men being that, and men can't be abused, and they're always the abusers, right?
Yeah.
They've built up this narrative, and and I don't know if you heard, I read an article where people are stepping down from the Me Too platform because of this stuff with Amber Heard. Who was it? The girl from Westworld stepped down. Jennifer Lawrence and Gwyneth Paltrow all stepped back from this little thing. And it's kind of funny because it's after all this stuff is coming out. So, and these were 3 big advocates for this. And they have, as a matter of fact, came out and said stuff about with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and how they aren't taking a side. But if you read between the lines, they don't buy it either, because why would they step down from it? So it's getting to a point where something like this needed to happen to see how dangerous doing this stuff is. And Johnny Depp is, in my mind, the victim. He's the victim of this game that's been thrown around in Hollywood. He's a victim of a narcissistic, manipulative, evil woman. And she used this to hide behind And now she's going to simultaneously tank two things. Because when this trial gets done, and I have no doubt that they'll prove she's full of crap, or at least with how public it is. See you, Jerry. I'll have no doubt that this is going to shed a light on the dangers of this stuff. She has taken something that was started as a good cause and twisted it and now tainted it. So going forward, maybe you'll be able to have male victims who can step out and go like,
Actually,
hey,
yeah. But
you
someone
know,
thought she's going to take ACLU down. I mean, how long have they been going to ACLU? Over 100 years. You know, because of the corruption that she's exposed, which you can see it clearly, that's going to go as well. And everything's just going to come crumbling down.
And yes, I saw that too. I didn't want to get into the whole article, but yeah, that was another thing too. The person behind it was aligning themselves in interesting places. It's become a whole big mess. And I think Amber got the ball rolling on that too. Yep.
Yeah.
I found that weird, Jenny. I don't know. I can't speak to whether or not she wanted to kill him. I don't know. It's Amber Heard, so I'm not going to disagree with you. At this point, anything is possible with this woman.
God knows.
Yeah, the stuff that I've heard is so outlandish that, you know, at this point, if someone told me that it comes out later that she had planned on killing him, I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you know what I've been thinking just lately? You know this baby? It only seems to have appeared in the UK. Now she's got a problem. If the birth mother doesn't sign off within 6 months, she loses the baby. She's got to be a resident in the UK. She's got to be in a relationship. So she could be heading for problems with that baby, let alone anything else.
I think she'd be willing to be a resident of the UK and all that.
Yeah, but you've got to wait for the paperwork to come through, so it's not that easy.
She's a Hollywood star, though. If she's proved one thing, you can do anything when you're up on that cloud, and apparently get away with it. And the UK system hasn't been that great these days.
Well, they didn't do it for Markle.
They didn't do it for who?
Meghan Markle.
Oh, that's a different
situation.
That's a completely different situation there. I dove into that Meghan Markle situation, and boy, those two share some pretty interesting similarities.
Oh, don't they just?
And best friends too. Coincidence? I don't know. I'm starting to feel like this is all connected. There's a lot of interesting things. Anything around Amber Heard seems to be very questionable.
Yeah, very dodgy.
Yeah, just like with this Marilyn Manson thing and what's going on there. And I mean,
I don't know enough about that to comment, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it either, but I'm just saying the ties between everything that's going on there too, and then somehow Amber Heard inserts herself there. It's just everywhere this woman goes, it's a poisonous situation. Everyone around her, all these people, they're all nasty, vile people.
Just scummy. Yeah.
Yeah, just.
Hi, Hen.
Hey,
But you can see the suction in the whirlpools now just start to drag these. You know, it's all coming round and round, and everybody's kind of ducking and running for cover now. It could be really interesting. I think the whole shit show's going to come down. I think Hollywood's going to come down, for the most part.
The way it's going. Going.
Oh yeah, look at I've been covering more of the entertainment side, but look at the stuff with Disney, man. Like, they've been a nonstop, great, never-ending source for me. This lawsuit with Scarlett Johansson, this is huge. Most people don't grapple how huge this is, because this is going to affect streaming and Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because no one brought up the contracts until Disney had to go and be Disney, fucking douchebags, and not pay their people. They tried their normal Disney. Oh, well, you didn't do this and sign this, but this time it doesn't work because streaming's a gray area, and a contract's a contract. And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of things. Thank you. I feel the same way, Jenny. There's a lot of things that are being brought up now that are putting this stuff into question. And thank you, Amber, because I feel like it all kicked off with her, right? There's been a lot of shady stuff that's just been coming out, or maybe I've been paying more attention to it. Yeah, Evan Rachel Woods. She very problematic. There's a lot of, it's just a lot of interesting stuff. And the more they try to lean into this, I'm hoping more people step out and say something, because at the end of the day, Johnny Depp isn't the only victim of this, but he's the only one who's actually come out and fought it. So kudos to him. We need more people to step up and start saying stuff. I'd be willing to lay down money that he's not the only case of this happening. Yeah. Since this started. How many other people, if he's the only one who said something and that we know about, how many other people have come out or have had stuff happen and they've just taken it just to work?
Yeah.
It's an interesting question.
Well, look at the Brad Pitt thing.
Oh, yeah. That was a perfect example.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I won't ever watch an Angelina Jolie movie.
I never
no
did like
thank
the
you.
bloody weird woman anyway. I think she's bloody strange.
I mean, the blood of vial thing.
No.
That's a red flag. I love my girl to death, but we're not carrying each other's blood in a vial. I don't like needles, so that would never work.
Very strange one. Very, very strange. So
I'm going to continue reading that we went on at there. Sorry about that, but I thought it was really interesting conversation. Whenever Zod's here, I don't know where the stream's going to go. So,
what? I never go off topic.
No,
right on there.
So he saw Elon Musk, and he said his duties at the building were to check visitors in, process mail, ensuring the safety of the building, including making the rounds of the building and monitoring security footage. Kind of sounds like Zod's job, right? Kind of the same. Yeah, that's what you do.
Very important stuff.
I agree. My regular working hours are from 4 to 1, Monday to Friday. So Trinity worked 8 to 4, and we left. Alejandra Romero worked 4 to 1. So they both worked Monday to Friday. So that's where it's at right now. However, I occasionally work overtime at the garage gate if the garage gate malfunctions. And there was no one else to stay overnight. Otherwise, there is no 24-hour security on site during the week. On Saturday, May 21st, I understand that it is alleged in the defendant's amended defense that on Saturday, May 21st, Mr. Depp committed a number of acts of domestic violence against Ms. Heard. I am aware that the police responded in connection with a call relating to Ms. Heard's unit, Penthouse 3. I was not on duty at the front desk at any time on this date. Miss Trinity was the front desk supervisor. Mentioned that a call had been made to the police, but we did not discuss this any further. I never spoke with Mr. Depp or Miss Heard about the incident. On Wednesday, so that was the 21st Saturday. On Wednesday, the 25th, I was working at the front desk of the Eastern during my regular working hours. At about 10:30 p.m., Miss Heard walked into the lobby accompanied by Miss Raquel Pennington. I know Miss Pennington to be a resident of Penthouse 1, and she's a friend of Amber's. Miss Heard approached me and asked for the key to her unit, which I gave her. We did not discuss anything else at this time. Miss Heard stood approximately 3 feet away from me during our conversation. I did not notice any bruises, cuts, swelling, red marks, or any other injuries of any kind to Miss Heard's face. That is Wednesday, the 25th. Okay, keep that in mind. She went to file for the TRO Saturday. Following our conversation, Miss Heard walked to the front of the lobby to make a phone call. She did not go outside. During the time, Miss Pennington and I discussed her dog. Miss Pennington also mentioned that she thought that somebody had been trying to enter the units at the penthouse level earlier that day, but did not give any information. Miss Pennington appeared concerned by this. Almost done, actually. Once she had finished her phone call, Miss Heard asked me to search the penthouse to check that no one was there and it was safe. Between 10:30 and 11:30, I searched the penthouse number 1 and penthouse 5, accompanied by Miss Heard and Miss Pennington. I understood penthouse 5 belonged to Mr. Depp during my search and did not see any other person or anything to cause concern at any point. Following this, I returned to the front desk. I did not recall seeing Heard on any day during the week of May 23rd, 2016. And that's it. That's his statement of truth. And that's it. It's done. So the interesting thing about that is Elon. That is the very, very interesting thing. And that he saw her on Wednesday with no marks, no bruises, no cuts, no swelling, no anything, because he's talked to her. And here's the big thing. She went on Friday. So there's 2 security guards that have seen Amber from when Johnny left on Saturday. Saw her Monday, one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. He saw her on Wednesday. And apparently he's walking around the penthouses with her. I mean, she's right there and saw nothing. She's fine. So this is just a big hoax. This is what it is. This is a big hoax. Yeah, it's all bullshit to throw him under the bus. There's just 2 people who have said this. There's security, police. I don't know what more you could possibly need than that. We've had Doug Stanhope say, listen, me and my girlfriend came over, hung out with Amber, hung out with Johnny for their wedding, was there for events, and we saw how she treated Johnny, the abuse she gave him. Now, maybe not physically, but definitely they heard it. They heard her consistently abusing this guy. And then if that's not enough, then you have Isaac, who Johnny paid for, just like he did Amber's friends. And when Johnny confronted them and was sad and he explained that Amber had hit him, not in a sexual way, but in a very aggravated way, Isaac said, look, man, no, I'm single, but from a single guy's point of view, and I can't tell you what to do or who to love, that's not love. Someone physically hitting you is not love, my friend, And he saw her Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Liz, and he saw Raquel, because he's on the same floor as them. And when he saw them, he said he saw nothing. And Amber even invited him over for dinner. And he said, look, after what I just seen on television and what I saw with you beforehand, I'm sorry. I cannot come over. And she was upset by it, but he told her, I can't live with the fact, looking at you now, what you just done. What you've just done. You changed the locks, and now you accused him of beating you when I clearly have seen you? Come on. I mean,
unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, it's the level of deception that she's gone to. Exactly, Christine. It is mind-boggling. I mean, it's so involved, and everybody's kind of caught up in there. But people are just saying, oh, it's just a woman, we've got to believe her. But that's coming apart now, thank goodness.
I mean, I even went over a guy named Malcolm Connolly, which you might not have heard. I'll get to him in a minute. Hold on. Christine says, what abuser? And thank you so much, Christine. I really appreciate you being a member and you donating. Thank you so much. She says, what abuser would let their victims move in with them? Abusers usually isolate their victims and try to sever ties with friends and family. That is a fantastic point.
And it's what she did to him.
Yeah, that is spot on. I love that. That is, you couldn't, that's perfect. I wish I would have thought of that myself. That is perfectly said. I'm gonna. In fact, let me see if I can I pin this? No, won't let me pin it. You
Oh,
son
so
of a-
don't start that. You're supposed to be asleep anyway.
won't let me pin it. But anyway,
It's normally on my days off. I sleep, and I did something uncharacteristic because I've been pulling clips all day. So,
you tired,
it's
man?
it's been a bit of a day. I work now 4 days in between my days off because I might be getting a promotion. If you guys haven't been on my
Oh
channel,
wow, nice.
yeah, I'm being promoted to lieutenant. So I've
Lieutenant
been
Todd.
working. Yeah.
Lieutenant Zod. You know, from General to Lieutenant Zod. You're gonna have to change the channel. It's gonna be Lieutenant Zod's Fandom Zone. That's
Yeah, it's a lot more work, but and my girl got 4 of her wisdom teeth pulled, so she hasn't been sleeping well.
4 at one time.
Yeah, she was a champ.
Oh my God! Why would you do that? Oh,
Yeah,
damn! I would have done 1 or 2, but not 4 at the same time.
yeah. So
Oh my God!
it's been a little bit crazy over here, and then I've been getting back to it, and I put a poll up, and I made the mistake of, oh, thank you, Billie Jean, I appreciate that. So I put up a poll saying like, yeah, I'm going to do whatever video people wanted, and it was either going to be a Castlevania video or Matrix, and overwhelmingly people picked the Matrix. Did not realize how long it would take to do the kind of video I'm making, so I spent the whole day today just getting clips, and then I got to pre-record myself and then put it all together. So
All right, well, if you want to go, I mean, I don't want to stop you, man. I understand if you're tired. Yeah, that's up to you. I'm gonna be on
oh
for another
no,
half
man,
hour. Okay.
I'm good. I'm here to
There's
the
not going to
end.
be much
Yeah, because
longer anyway.
I saw your message. By the way, I did invite you Wednesday, but you didn't come. I did invite Keely, Gary, both days. They're not here. I invited Tiffany. She's not here. Look, I don't know what's up. I'm gonna have to personally
Tiffany's
get in
working
touch.
very odd hours at minute, Rob. She's,
Oh, is she?
yeah, her weekend's like a Monday. She's working
Uh,
all kinds of things.
okay.
So
Okay.
Oh well, thank you, KH.
I'm gonna see if there's another witness statement. But there's a lot. I mean, but I'll just pick one. I'm not gonna pick one too complicated. We're going over Stephen. We're going over Trinity. We're going over Malcolm. Tara Roberts, we have it. Samantha, we have it. Hilda Vargas, we did. Kate James, no, not tonight. Kevin Murphy, not tonight. Edward White. Winona Ryder, we did. Vanessa, we did. Sean Belt, we did. Sterling, we did. A lot we did. A lot we did.
there's that much, isn't there? I mean, I just don't get how the judge in the UK ignored
There's a lot.
police statements.
That's why.
Yes,
That's why I said, look, we got 8 months. I do 2 live
Yeah.
streams a week at least. This week I'd con a lot more. But that's why I'm trying to cover all this, to try and get this all in, to give everybody a picture that they might not realize. It's great that, oh, Johnny's at a festival. That's why I put out the videos I did. That's great. It's wonderful. I'm celebrating. But I do the live streams because I really want to dig in. And there's a lot of facts here that I haven't covered, that I didn't know about, that maybe others didn't know about. It's very interesting when you read it, because you really educate yourself, which I tell everybody. Don't just assume you know or hear from a YouTuber, because there's some people out there who just do for clicks and views. And again, it's not the truth. Like, oh, the thing has 2 million signatures, or some other bullshit. And I'm like, this is not true.
Yeah.
These are not true. They're misleading people, and I hate that. You should, in a case like this, there should not be mislead. You should not be misleading the public. That is totally wrong.
Yeah.
That's totally wrong. Put
But
the
it's
facts
also
out
nice
there.
to get other people's opinions as well, isn't it? And it
I agree. I agree.
Bigger picture
I agree.
for you. I'm gonna have to crap out, Rob, because I'm absolutely knackered, my lovely.
Go ahead. Listen, Gina, thanks for being here. I appreciate
Anytime,
it.
Rob. Anytime, mate.
You get some rest and have a great weekend, okay?
Thanks, guys. Thanks, room. See you later, Zod. Bye, guys. Bye.
See ya. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Zod. Bye.
And then there were 2. Unless you want to count the dog, then there's 3. But she can't really talk too much. Can you? No, you can't talk to her. She bark. I can make her bark, but I don't want to disturb the neighbors. So let me see. Yeah, Linda A. That could be true, by the way. Who's Tara Roberts? Let me click on some of these witness statements. Let me see who's who, what's what. I don't know all these people. She's an estate manager for the Bahama Islands. That's right. Let me see. Wait, okay, calm down. I'm streaming. Calm. I'll feed you when we're done, okay? Calm down.
oh, he's hungry.
Yeah, oh, she's hungry. It's a she. She's hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I assume gender's there.
It's all right. Everybody does. Everybody does.
Next thing I know, your dog's going to be emailing the press.
Okay, this is interesting. Samantha McMillan. Let's go over this person. We'll see what we can go over. I got about 20 minutes. Let me see what I can do. So Samantha McMillan, oh, I don't know who the hell she is. She's a freelance stylist.
Ooh.
Represents an agency called Wall Group. For the time I've served as a stylist to Miss Heard. Ah, interesting. Helping her get ready to appear at major events. Okay. So let's see what she says.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let's see what she has to say.
What
okay.
She's styling more than hair.
Let's see. So on December 16th of 2015, I spent much of the afternoon and early evening with Amber, preparing her to appear on the James Doan show. This is where Amber, by the way, I believe stated that she gave the $7 million settlement, I believe. I saw her throughout the day of December 16th in good light and at close range, wearing no makeup. Throughout the day on December 16th, I could see clearly, Miss Heard did not have any visible marks, bruises, cuts, or injuries on her face or any other part of her body. She appeared as a guest on the show that day. After the show, Miss Heard said to me, "Can you believe I just did that show with 2 black eyes?" What the What the fuck? What did I just read?
It's that new Rob. It's that new L'Oreal line called Vanishing Marks.
What the hell did I just
Great
read?
stuff.
What did I read? What? Miss Heard did not have any black eyes. Exactly. What the fuck? And had been visibly injured throughout the day and at that moment. I later learned that Miss Heard had accused Mr. Depp in court filings and the media of violently abusing her the previous night on December 15th, 2015. As I was leaving Miss Heard's company on December 16th, I overheard Miss Heard say to her friend Raquel Pennington, who came to the show with her, "Make sure to get those pictures on my computer," although I did not know what photo she was referring to. 5 months later, on May 24th, 2016, this is right after, by the way, I saw that. Right, I'm going to leave that up there. Right after the phone incident, okay, 24th would be Monday, I believe. Sunday would be 22nd, Tuesday, okay. I interacted closely with Miss Heard in Mr. Depp's house in West Hollywood. I went to the house in the afternoon and encountered Miss Heard. Miss Heard was not wearing any makeup, and there was no visible marks, bruises, cuts, or injuries to her face or any other part of her body. I saw her by the kitchen door during daylight in Mr. Depp's house. She gave me a hug, crying. After hugging me, she began to have an intense conversation in Spanish with Mr. Depp's housekeeper, Hilda Vargas. Okay. 3 days after my encounter with Miss Heard on May 27th, I saw the media that Miss Heard had gone to court with prominent injuries visible to her face. I knew that she did not have those marks on her face on May 24th when I was with her, And I knew from the news reports that she claimed those injuries occurred when Mr. Depp supposedly violently abused her on the 21st. I was also aware that Mr. Depp left Los Angeles on May 22nd. I therefore knew that Mr. Depp could not have caused those marks that Miss Heard appeared with in court on May 27th. There you go. This is her stylist talking now. And that's it. That's the end of the witness statement. That was quick.
I mean, you know, what more do you need to say? Even hearing those dates, they all don't line up to what she says, right?
Right.
It doesn't track. And that thing you just read, that, oh my God, this woman.
Do you believe I did that show with two black guys? I was like, what is she talking about?
Like, dude, like, okay, normally I go into the, you know what pisses me off thing, but
I was waiting for that. But I didn't see, you didn't do it, but go ahead.
The thing is, though, this statement doesn't piss me off. This legitimately baffles me. There's some things in life you hear. You know, hold on, so you can see my baffled face. There's some things you hear in life where you look at a person and you go, what?
Dude, that's why I said what I said. I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? I did the show with two black guys. The woman is like, I don't know, because it's impossible. I saw this woman. I get her ready for shows, so she had no marks. She had nothing. And she's coming to me telling me, look at my black eyes. Like, are you fucking mentally insane? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Oh, my God. I mean,
it's
seriously.
Like when you're acting and you're rehearsing a script, right? You do that. You get ready to sell the lie. It honestly, to me, feels like her practicing this lie. She's gonna tell, right? She's in rehearsal. She's bouncing scenes. That's what it feels like. Oh my God! Oh shit! I don't even know, Rob. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Azad, I don't know, remember if you were there for Hilda Vargas. That's the cleaning lady. The cleaning lady said, I cleaned up the feces, right? We were shocked. We screamed. We were like, God, what the hell is this? And she said, I know the difference between a little dog and I know the difference between a human being. This is a human being who did it. You know, I took pictures of it. And she took pictures and sent to Kevin Murphy, who's the estate manager for Johnny Depp. And then Amber comes over and says, there was no feces. What is she, like Men in Black? Like holds the thing up and wants her to forget that there was feces? She has pictures on her phone of it. How could you say to someone there's no feces when she saw it and took pictures of it and sent it to Kevin Murphy? This person is insane. She doesn't need a medical evaluation. She is insane. I mean, my God.
I mean, I think it's more too. If you tell it's that whole concept of selling the lie to yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to live the lie. And if nothing else, if she acted like this, but in movies, she'd be a hell of an actress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Talk about committing to a role.
By the way, this is a very short witness statement. I could read this within the time. It's very short. It's like 6 paragraphs, and it's very quick. And this is from Edward White. So I'm going over as many witness statements as I can on Johnny's side. So we'll read this real quick, and then I'll let Zod and everybody get their final thoughts, and we'll have to get going. Okay, so Edward White, he's a senior partner of Edward White and Company, a certified public accountants. So I'm wondering, his firm represents a number of high net worth individuals, which is not me, which includes Johnny Depp. We have represented since the 14th of March of 2016. All right, so I could skip these paragraphs because he's just saying it's the truth, and I make these statements and blah, blah, blah. This is very quick. Okay. I do not know the full details of the claimant's claims, which is Mr. Depp against Ms. Heard in these proceedings. However, I understand. Well, the son is defendants. However, I understand that the defendants allege that Mr. Depp arrived at a birthday celebration for his former wife, Miss Heard, on the 21st of April of 2016. He was drunk and high on drugs. Okay, now this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. All right, let's check this out. Okay. I participated in a meeting with Mr. Depp. This is the meeting. This is when Johnny came late to her birthday. So this is really going to be great. Yes, Flora, you got one. I gave you one. Hello, Salma. How are you? I'll be right back. I'll be right back to catch your comment. I'm going to leave it there. Because it's only 2 paragraphs I have to read. I participated in a meeting with Mr. Depp evening on the 21st of April. This meeting took place in Mr. Depp's office at his production company, located in LA, California. Also present was Mr. Richard Smith, my partners, Troy Schmidt, and Lawrence Levitt. Okay, and some other people. I don't think that's important. The meeting began approximately around 7:30 and lasted an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay. I was able to observe Mr. extensively up close during the meeting, and I did not perceive him to be physically impaired by alcohol or any other substance in any way. To the contrary, we've discussed a number of significant financial and business matters at the meeting, and Mr. Depp gave them his full and undivided attention. He participated actively and intelligently in the meeting from beginning to end. I do not believe that he would have been able to participate in the matter that he did had he been impaired in any way. I believe that once the meeting had finished, Mr. Depp left to return home directly, given that he was already late. It was already late in the day. So there you go. That's the end of the witness statement. Edward White is his accountant, and according to Edward White, because Amber and her friend said that Johnny came there drunk and high and this and that, and he's conducting a business meeting with finances, very, very, very important at this time. He conducted it very intelligently. He was, just normal, a normal human being, being very serious, going over his finances and stuff like that. And so he wasn't drunk. There's no alcohol. There was nothing of him being impaired in any way. So again, another lie exposed by another person who's his accountant. I mean, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty clear cut and straightforward. I mean, you could piece together a timeline and see if maybe you had some time in between there, but I doubt if you're already running late and you do a business meeting, then, I mean, just from my experience of having to time crunch, go here, go there, then you don't really have the time to stop and whatever else, especially if the time windows between from when he went to the meeting to when he went to the party were like say an hour apart, and that time was spent driving. I don't see where he could have done anything in between point A to point B. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't match up timeline wise to what her claim is. So then that would mean he came in the door and he was not drunk and or high. But if you flip that around, she was celebrating her party. He was running late. What was she doing before he got there? See, this is where, and this is where the perception gets kind of a little bit vague. And so let's see what we got here, because there we go. Rob's back.
You had a solo stream for a couple of minutes. There you go. Dice is at that meeting. He found out about losing $750 million that would sober anyone up. Yeah. And think about this. Money is on the line here. Mm-hmm. He wasn't drinking, and he knows he's coming to Amber's party late, so he wants to get there. His first thing on his mind, as sure as not drinking. Maybe after he heard this news, he's like later on, he was distraught and saying, "Man, this would, but." Again, they keep trying to picture, and like when you see the footage of him showing up May 21st, he's not drunk, he's not high, he's not. They always say this because that's their defense. Their defense that they use is that he was drunk and high, and therefore this made him into a monster. Well, has admitted to drugs. Josh Drew has admitted that Amber took drugs. So think about that. Think about someone who's taking drugs, and every night this woman drinks red wine every single night. She puts it all over her Instagram. She shows her in factories and all the stuff she's carrying out of stores. Now, Zod said this earlier. Imagine the concoction of Amber on LSD and on mushrooms that she's admitted to taking, and she's having red wine. Who's the monster? Who's the monster?
I mean, the alcohol is enough on its own. You could see side effects, but when you throw in other drugs too, and I was a kid at one time. Thank you. I'll take a couple pennies. I mean, I was young at one point, right? I've mixed my fair share of things not so good. Kids don't do drugs. I've done my fair share of crazy shit, right? And I can tell you one thing: when you mix two different things at once at the same time, it's quite different. Like, say I'm just drinking, right? That's totally different than even if I was to like light up a joint, right? You got two very different things and euphoric feelings going on at once. And now you're not talking about lightweight stuff. You're talking about hardcore hallucinogenic type stuff, the good Hollywood premium stuff, right? So you're mixing your alcohol with whatever your recreational drug of choice is. Well, yeah, there's going to be effects from that. You're going to have some kind of crazy stuff going on in your head. And, the fact, the thing that pisses me off about this, there you go, guys, is the fact that she downplays doing mushrooms. Okay, has anyone here ever tripped? Raise your hands. Okay, that's not anything to just sneeze at. Okay, I've done my fair share of hallucinogenics. I went to see Fantasia on some good stuff. Mickey's Little Brooms came out. Yeah, oh yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Sandy. So when you go and you mix these two things, right? They're two very different things. And I mean, I've done mixing alcohol with other stuff, and it's a crazy feeling. You really don't have control. That's why I never did it a lot, because I didn't like the feeling of not having control. You don't have control over what you're doing. It's like you're there, but you're not. So you are going to say, oh, have a good one, British Scorpion. So you're going to say your events. Who's to say? Let's just say maybe in her mind, she thought he came in drunk and high, because maybe she's so drunk and high, she couldn't distinguish. Maybe in her mind, that's what she's thinking. And her friends, we all know how reliable those guys are. But if they're doing the same thing, no one's sober at that party.
Of course.
So who's going to say who was sober and who wasn't? That would be my next question. How come no one asked, hey, how could you tell if Johnny Depp was sober when you clearly had a head start on the man before he got there?
That's a good point, Zod. I never thought of that. That's a very good point, man.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. And thank you, Carla. That's very nice of you to say we're awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Carla.
That's very nice.
That.
Thank you.
You can't sit there and say, you can say with 100% positivity that you could know somebody's mental state when you yourself are not in the right frame of mind. When you can't account your own mental state, then how are you going to look at someone? Yeah, Laura, that's a problem with great streams. So how can you say that this person was high when clearly you're not in your right state of mind? So maybe she thought he was high. If we give her the benefit, let's just say maybe she thought he was high, but she's not in the right mind to to say whether or not he was. That's like when you have the person who's sober and you're all drinking and you swear to God that they're saying the funniest things in the world. And they're like, nah, man, I was just saying stuff and you were laughing like an idiot. You know, you don't know. And that's another thing no one ever addressed here. You're taking the word of a witness who had a birthday party where you know there was drugs and alcohol involved.
Yeah.
So how can you even say that they're credible to account the events when they've been drinking and drugging prior to when the man got there? So right there, their credibility is out the window. But no one's ever brought that up, and it's baffled my mind because this is just basic stuff. Like, I can't wait. I really hope the lawyer calls him out on this shit. Like, oh yeah, Amber, you say he came in, right, and he was drunk and staggering. How do you know, Amber? How do you know?
Yeah, maybe it was her that's staggering. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it was her that was staggering, or her friends, or yeah, you're right about that. You're right.
And of course, when your friends are drunk and stuff like that, they're gonna recount the same thing that you do because they don't know. They were doing their own thing. So, of course, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, he came in, he was a monster. But do you think any of them knew? I bet you if we had a bird-eye view into what that looked like, it would tell a very different story. A very different story. And this is where I think the whole UK trial was a joke because nobody questioned these things. Any good judge, any good attorney would counter and be like, hey, let me ask you this. If you are having a birthday party and you're intoxicated and doing drugs, which you've admitted to doing, then how can you determine what this man was doing? How can you determine his mental state when yours is in question?
Yeah.
Shit, Johnny, hire me. All I need is publicity.
Yeah, but see, that's what I don't understand that either. Like, I'm sitting here saying, like, Josh Drew admitted that she took drugs. She admitted that she took drugs. So why aren't you saying? Why is it always her saying, "Well, Johnny was drunk and high"? What about her? What about her? She wasn't drunk and high, but she's taking drugs. She's drinking all the time. Of course, she was drunk and high. Why doesn't Johnny say, "Well, she was drunk that night"? What do you think? If I was Johnny, I would have been blasting her out. What are you protecting? I hope he's not protecting her. For what? She's trying to put you on the bus. You need to put her on the bus. What's fair is fair. That's it.
Yeah,
the gloves are off at this point.
They should definitely hit her with that because not just based on the fact that she backtracks more than any witness I've ever heard in a court case in my life that you can catch her up on, but these are little things like, yeah. Hey, I'm just saying, J-Man, JD, I'll get you off. I'll get you your money.
I'll join you the Zod defense team. So he'll be the lieutenant. I'll be the general. I'll jump right in. That's it.
Because I'm just saying right now, how can you? It's you can poke holes into every facet of her story. There's not a point, because these are the things I ask myself. I'm slightly afraid that her evolution will reveal her
evaluation. I'll read it.
Yeah.
I'm slightly afraid that her evaluation will reveal her being a mental case. This is from Kate. And that will push the public back into saying that she couldn't help it. Yes, here's what I fear, and I wish I should do this video sometime this year. I fear that the same thing that here's what I'm thinking her defense will be. That you see, the evaluation said that I have issues. Johnny knew I had issues. Johnny always ran away, and Johnny couldn't handle it. So now he's going out in the public saying, oh, poor me, when he knew all about my problems and my issues. And I even said in a recording, I admitted that I physically hit him. And, he protected me. So why do you protect me one minute and throw me under the bus the next? I'm afraid that because if I was her attorney, that's exactly the defense I would use. That's my defense.
My counter to that would be...
he's going to counter me. Go ahead, Lieutenant. Go ahead.
Counter would be, Miss Heard, according to you, before this, you were on medications, right? You're on, which you have to go and see a psychiatrist because you can't be prescribed medications without seeing someone, a psychiatrist, to get them, right? So you are on these medications, right? Anywhere in those medications does it say for you to drink, to do drugs, to
Good point.
disregard the recommendations that are clearly printed on the bottle of that prescription? No? So then, if you had all of these fears, what were you doing to make your situation better? Were you doing the required amounts of doses? Were you talking to your psychiatrist? Because you had to have one, right, to get prescribed. Were you talking about your issues instead of acting out? Ms. Heard, what were you doing to try to better your situation? And how was Johnny exactly inhibiting that? Was he saying you couldn't take your medication? Did he say you couldn't go and see somebody if you had stuff? Did he offer to go with you? Did you ask him to go with you to talk about these issues that you have that are clearly distressing you?
Right.
Did you in any way, with Mr. Depp, even if he knew about your condition, come out yourself and say, hey, I'm having a hard time, honey. Let's go and talk together because I feel like maybe you're not helping fulfill my mental needs, that you're not doing the best you could do to help me out. Was any of this brought up? Did you guys discuss this? Are there any tapes? Because you got a lot of tapes of other stuff, right? That would be my defense. What? So good. You have problems, right? You have issues. Okay, fair enough. But what were you doing to make those issues better? And for the life of God, how does drugs, drinking, these influences you have, how are those helping you? What about the people around you?
Yeah.
I mean, you can poke a hole in that so easily because clearly she had these medications, right? That's been established, but she's ignoring them. I'm willing to bet she's still ignoring what's on the medication label, right?
Yeah.
So if she's not trying to take those steps, and even now, if she's going to claim this, right, she's getting an evaluation. But where's her trying to get help, right? Did she book a psychiatrist? Is she going to see them? Is she in sessions? Is she trying to go to anger management to maybe work on some of these issues, right? What steps are you taking? That'd be my question. If this was such a big thing, what steps were you taking to help yourself? It's always the defense of these people that, oh my God, my emotions got out of control, right? How many people do we know, Rob, or we associate, or these lovely people in the chat that have gone through horrible shit?
Yeah.
And yet I don't see any of them on trial or in a court case for abusing somebody else. That shit doesn't fly with me. You can sit there and either use it as an excuse, which I have no doubt she will, or, and I believe Johnny has a pretty good attorney. He's been pretty on the ball. My follow-up would be, that's all well and good. You might have these mental issues. What are you doing to help yourself? And what did you do during the relationship to help yourself? Did you clue Johnny in? Did you leave the man hanging, not knowing? And if you knew, how many conversations did Johnny had when he said, hey, maybe we should go see this one or that one? You know, maybe we should go to group therapy. We don't even know if those conversations happened, right? Maybe he did say, you know, you got these violent tendencies, and maybe she brushed it under the rug and said, oh yeah, it's nothing. I'll just continue taking my medicine and it'll be okay, right? Not ever addressing what her real issues are. So that whole mental defense thing is a crock of shit, and I don't think it's going to hold water.
Well,
any good attorney can poke a hole in that.
True, but here's the thing. I felt before he dropped this this so-called motion, right? Everything was going his way. And now let's look at it. Okay, the UK didn't go his way, right? So Amber meets up with Elon, lets him know, hey, guess what? You know, my kid's coming, and he's all upset because the picture shows that he was upset. She's drinking red wine, of course, because he bought it for her, whatever. So anyway, she does this privately because she doesn't want Johnny to see the text. And she has a bomb ready to drop on him. That was November of 2020. Little did she know that COVID was going to hit and the judge was going to push the case from January to May. So, and then it got pushed out, it got pushed out to 2022. So she thought, oh, May, this is a great opportunity. This person, my surrogate, will have the kid in April, and all the attention will come to me, and I'm going to show what a great single mother I am and how hard I work. And that was the plan. And that didn't work out because the case got pushed back to 2022. So she got screwed on that. Then comes the bombs start dropping, right? We see Adam Waldman drop pictures of Amber running on the beach after she claimed she had broken ribs, broken nose, 2 black eyes, and there's nothing. Her face is perfect. She's running on the beach, having a great time, hugging Johnny, all this stuff. So that bomb dropped. The bomb about the ACLU dropped, right? Donations, can't prove it. ACLU's hiding it. When Johnny's asking both of them, show me, show me, show me, we find out the ACLU, then they're the ones who wrote the op-ed. They're the ones who wrote the op-ed. All this stuff's coming out. We find out from the attorney that Amber's attorney says, guess what? She didn't donate. She will, but she didn't. But wait a minute. She said she gave the money in 2018. Now you're telling us in 2021 she never gave the money. So then comes the body cam footage. So boom, bomb, 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 bomb. All these bombs are dropping. Amber's getting nervous. Amber's getting scared. Her movie flops. Her Gully movie, whatever. That does a miserable job. The Stand doesn't do that great. So Johnny's out in festivals, gonna get an award this year. People are swarming. Everything is turning. And then he drops this. And I'm like, but why? Why even give her any kind of an out? She hasn't got any. She's got nothing. Because she's trying to dismiss the case. She's trying to dismiss the case. Why would somebody who had overwhelming evidence want to dismiss the case? You should be pretty confident. If I knew in the back of my head, I'm going to blow this person away. They got nothing when they see what I'm going to drop. I wouldn't care about dismissing the case because I know when I get to court, you're fucked. You're fucked. But Amber is desperately trying to dismiss this case. Why? Because she has nothing. She's no line of defense. So,
and plus that donation thing, that brings up a lot of other issues. We already been down that rabbit hole of different people who might be involved in that, and not to mention the organization itself. So, I mean, to me, even with this thing, that good night, Laura B. Even with this mental health thing, it doesn't concern me because it's not, that doesn't play into what this case is about. This case is about her lying, right? So even if you say you go the mental health route, right? That still does not take away the fact that you lied about tons of stuff, that you lied about donating money to sick kids. How fucking evil do you have to be to lie about donating to kids? I did that charity stream with, you know what I mean? And I felt great because we
it felt good. Yeah, I did a couple charity streams and it did feel good.
You know, and it's like, I feel like if maneuvered right, it'll just look like another card that she's playing, and I don't think it's going to go that far, because there's so much you can say about that. Like, okay, really doesn't make her look good, because it's like, okay, you had these issues, right? And you're trying to paint it like Johnny didn't understand and he fled for the hills. But if you had these before they met, he agreed to it and didn't flee, then why all of a sudden at this point is it an issue? Maybe we could adversely look at it like, oh, maybe he was trying to help you. You didn't want to take the advice. Maybe you didn't want to get the appropriate help. Maybe you still wanted to party and go to do coke and all that shit, and he was at home saying, why are you doing this to yourself, right? He's been in recovery, right? Tons of... He went back. to get himself straight, right?
Yeah.
So if anything, he would be the right person you would want in your corner when you're going through stuff, because he understands what it's like to have something that weighs you down, that's, you know, a mental toll.
True.
So I wouldn't buy that shit, and I don't think any good judge or jury is going to buy that poor me angle. She's so transparent and easy to see through. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Any person who thinks about it and lays out all of the evidence, you are going to see inconsistencies. And when you try to play out the scenarios she sets up in your head, they don't work. They don't work because they're the greatest fucking work of fictions I've ever heard in my life. Really, she should write a book. She should write a book because her creativity is very underestimated here.
Yes, it is
She's
true.
quite a creative person. She
True.
could probably write a bestseller. Her and OJ should get together. They would write the fucking book of the century.
I gotta get going, and I know some people are leaving. It's getting late where they are. It's almost 4 a.m. there. So, but by the way, Kate gives me a super chat. I don't know what that PLN is, but thank you so much. She said, keep up the good fight. Well, we're going to. We got to next April. We got about 8 months on the clock, and listen, this is the nitty gritty now. So, I'll keep going through these every live stream. We'll keep continuing next week. We'll see who joins me. I just want to thank General Zod for coming in. I want to thank everybody who did come here tonight. I should say Lieutenant Zod.
Oh, thanks, man.
Congratulations. And, let Lieutenant Zod talk about his channel. What's it all about? And thank you, Kate. Thank you so much, by the way. Lieutenant?
Hey, if you guys don't know, once again, it's the most heartbreaking, ground-shaking, but never media show, money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in all of YouTube entertainment today. And in 3 hours, I will have my late-night talks. I'm going to be talking about the things that Mr. Biden said about the vaccinations and the unvaccinated people, because that's getting pretty interesting. I'm also going to be talking about Nick Cage. I'm sure you'll be surprised if you've been on my channel. He's got another new movie coming out. That's not important, but I got other great, funny articles. I do my late nights. Also, I will be coming out with a special video I've been working on. It's going to take me a while, but it's going to be called The Matrix and how you change the movie industry. And I will go in depth into how this movie single-handedly changed how movies from 99 all the way up till now started filming their films. And I'm going to go through and show you clips and show you things that other movies had used after The Matrix came out in celebration of The Matrix 4, which is coming out, and I'm super excited. And yeah, just go and check my channel out. You might find something you like. You might have a laugh. I think I'm a kind of a funny guy. But hey, that's all I got. That's all I got. Go home. Get out of here.
Everybody, it's been a pleasure. It's great to keep reading these things, to keep seeing the truth come out, and people saying during these times, and it's impossible that this story doesn't match. This story doesn't match up. She had no cuts, no bruise. I love all this. I love all this. This is great. This is so much videos I can make later on, right before the trial happens. It's great to read all this and find out the truth. Because to me, why would these people be lying? They get nothing out of it. They're not going to get anything out of it. And, that's it. Thank you, Kate, again. Thank you, the Diamond Knight, and thank you all my members. Everybody who subscribes to the channel. Make sure you check out General Zod's Fandom Zone if you can. Hit that. I don't know why you can't. Just hit the subscribe button. Check him out. We'll see you next time right here on the channel. Be well, everyone. I love you. Stay safe. Take care. Good night.